Ladies and gentlemen, how you guys doing? Thank you for tuning in and welcome back to yet another episode of Proudly Muffling. If this is your first time coming through, they call me Jay. I'm a Muffling and living out in the diaspora. Of course, you know that I'm 100% son of the soil. Man, it feels good to always come through and let's talk. And today we have something in store I want us to talk about. It's something of great joy and it's something to celebrate. But before we get started, man, give us that thumbs up. The more you do that, the more the YouTube algorithm understands what we are trying to do on this platform. You feel me? And I want to thank everybody that has been watching Mr. J, man, everybody around Motherland. I'm talking about Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, South Africa, Cameroon, Zambia, Senegal, of which, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to talk about the presidential election in Senegal, which just took place. Yes, Motherland, we rising, man. Let's not talk too much, let's dive into it. Backstory, man. Do you guys remember Senegal? Senegal is a beautiful country out there in West Africa. A French colony, or am I supposed to say a former French colony, because we are having a new direction, we are having a new chairman in place, which I do pray that this guy can take the country to a different direction. A little bit about Senegal, man. Senegal has been one of the most peaceful countries in West Africa. It's a French colony, and for the past couple of months, man, there's been a whole lot of turmoil because a French puppet in place, Macky Sall, who came in with the dream and the vision of changing everything, but he turned and became the poster child for French imperialism in that part of Africa. This man tried to play games with the Constitution. He tried to postpone, he tried to cancel, just so that he can handpick whoever the colonial master was going to let him handpick. But you know what? The people came out. The citizens of Senegal came out and they said, no, you cannot orchestrate a coup, a constitutional coup, just so you can put whoever you want to put, or just so you can put whoever the colonial masters ask you to put. So we are not going to sit and stand for that nonsense. So a whole lot of pressure came, and the higher courts came in, and then this man was forced to let these elections take place. An election which we all know that some of the favorites, man, like Sonko, was put in jail. A strong and striving political candidate, man. They tried to tarnish, they did everything, but guess what? The youth of that beautiful country, the youthful population of Senegal, just so you know too, 60% of Senegal is youthful age. The youth of Senegal rose up and they said, enough is enough. So the election went in, about 13 candidates. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have somebody who has, man, we have a victor, man, and Mr. Bassirou Diomaye Faye. Mr. Bassirou Diomaye Faye. Excuse me if I'm not pronouncing his name right. This man is a 44-year-old man, man, look, let me tell you something. When there is breakthrough, when there is awakening in a system, that shit spreads like wildfire. The youth of Senegal, they have been on the street, man, celebrating because at least we are going to have somebody who is going to feel their pain. The outgoing president who backed somebody who lost, and then that person came in to congratulate and did the most democratic of things. He conceded and said, yes, this man has won. And it is declared that Mr. Bassirou Faye won over 53% of the total vote. And you know who put him there? The youth came up because he ran on a vision. And mind you, Mr. Bassirou Faye ran with Mr. Sonko, who was not allowed to run because of some mumbo jumbo reasons that the outgoing president was trying to stop him, but they are going to run. And now, as the president-elect, Mr. Bassirou can nominate this guy who backed him up, this man who actually, he campaigned for him. He can make him the vice president. And their slogan was they were going to kick against corruption in that part of Africa. Yes, corruption, because I know that wherever France touched, whatever country that France went to, or France was a colonial master for, you best believe there's corruption. Now, this is what I want to say. Like, I'm not going to beat around the bush. This man is 44 years old. He looks like somebody with a good head on his shoulder. And he looks like the people really, really trust him. I am not Senegalese, but as a French colony citizen, as somebody from a French colony in Africa, I would say this: bravo to my Senegalese brothers and sisters. Yes, we saw how you guys came out in France to vote. People stood in lines that were longer than 4 kilometers just to vote in Paris. Yes, we watched and we kept praying that the outgoing president's candidate doesn't win, and you guys came in. Talking about the youth, man. 60% of that population came in. That enough is enough. We want somebody who is going to stand for us and represent us. Mr. President-elect, Son Excellence Bassirou Faye, Monsieur le Président, s'il vous plaît, il faut changer le Sénégal. La corruption, détournement de fonds publics, tout ça, ça doit stopper. The youth have given you the mandate. The youth has asked you, represent us. Make Senegal a beam, a shining light in West Africa. Make Senegal, and one of the best things that you can do for Senegal is to take a U-turn and move away from colonial master. Please do not let the youth down. Do not let 60% of your people down. Do not do that. Now, I want you guys to chime in, ladies and gentlemen. I wasn't going to say, I'm not going to talk for too long. I just wanted to say congratulations, my Senegalese brothers and sisters, man. I hope that this man is going to bring that change that we all want. And I hope that he is going to stand firm. And I want us to support this man. This man needs to put his people first. This man needs to understand that 60% of his population gave him this mandate so that he can help change things in that beautiful country. And the corruption and embezzlement and tribalism and nepotism, all of these things which are very, very, I don't know, it's like France just went around teaching its colonies to do the same mess. Because the same corruption mess that you guys are facing in Senegal, we are facing it in Cameroon, and they are facing it in Gabon, and so many other French colonies in Africa. Mr. President, I do pray that you nominate only those in positions that actually merit it, those that are supposed to be there, not those who are party politics. So, Mr. President, I will end this vlog by saying this, man. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? Do you think that this man, with the backing of Sonko, man, the guy who wasn't allowed to run for president, if he makes that man the vice president, if he brings that man into his regime, man, they are going to tackle corruption. And yes, guess who will be the first person to go after? The outgoing president, Macky Sall. They need to expose your corrupt dealings with France. Yes, Champs-Élysées used you. But now we have a new president, a young president, and he looks like a very, you know what, I don't want to jump ahead of my shadow, but I just want to say once again, congratulations for the Senegalese people who came out and voted massively to change the history of that beautiful country. And we all pray as Africans, we all pray as French-speaking Africans that this president can actually change things in that country once and for all. And the first order of things things you need to do is to start understanding what your partners in Burkina Faso, the Republic of Niger and Mali are doing, and see that it is a Pan-Africanist approach to everything you do. That's my time. Leave a comment and let me know exactly what you think. Do you think that he's going to nominate the vice president you guys know what I'm talking about. Is he going to bring that man in or he's going to keep him out? Do you think that he's going to help Senegal? Mes chers frères et sœurs au Sénégal, I want to hear from you. Nous sommes ensemble. Long live Président Bassirou Faye. Long live le peuple sénégalais. Long live la République sénégalaise. I'm out of here. Peace.